fight. Okay, touch him up, guys.
Soliman says that his plan is to be first and then to be second. Throw first punches and follow up. Winky says given his style, he just may stand back for a while and laugh. Let's see.
As brilliantly immaculate as Winky Wright was against Felix Trinidad in winning virtually every minute of every round, he isn't always in that kind of top form. In fact, Emmanuel Stewart, he's shown a tendency in the past sometimes to fight down to the level of his opposition, to train down to the level of his opposition, or to lose interest in a fight that he's certain he's going to win. This is a night that could pose some unusual moments for him.
It could be, because this guy, the style is crazy. Just how long can he continue to throw punches from those weird angles is the big question. But Winky looks so much bigger than the guy. I know he came in at 171, but it looks like it's almost a 20-pound difference in the weight.
Many were shocked at the Trinidad Wright weigh-in when Wright, the 154-pound champion, looked the larger man.
It means that Winky's been having a lot of problems making 154 pounds for many years.
Throwing a series of wide punches there, which won't get anything done against Wright. Soliman did get in one uppercut. Wright can't find exactly the same rhythm to begin pumping that jab against a guy like Soliman as he was able to do against a standing target like Trinidad.
Right. Solomon's coming in with all kind of angles, just like a guy that's coming in right off the street. Normally in those cases, the guy off the street has the advantage for the first round or two. And then the real season balanced out fighter starts taking control.
Soliman shares something in common with our good friend and occasional colleague Max Kellerman. That is that he thinks Pernell Whitaker was the greatest fighter of the last 30 years. Describes himself as a huge Pernell Whitaker fan. Fights in a style that doesn't look anything like what Whitaker did.
No, it's strictly defense. Whitaker could use every angle in the book and movement to avoid punches and still be in a position to punch back and hurt you effectively. Where Wright primarily uses just his arms for his defense.
Well, this is more a Prince Nassim improvised style, although he doesn't have the big punch that Nassim had as a featherweight. No, but you can see what he's doing. He throws a combination of punches and gets right out, just like that.
But the way it looks, I don't think he can go 12 rounds at this pace, the way he looks right now.
Well, you're right. He almost seems to be hyperventilating and breathing hard already. But
on the walk-in, it was clear that nobody's ever been happier to be at Mohegan Sun. None of the customers, none of the employees, nobody. As Wright gets sloppier and sloppier, as Soliman gets sloppier and sloppier, Wright just pops him with a few punches here and there.
Well, this is the case where Wright can just be patient about everything. Just walk the guy down. About 3 rounds, this fight should be pretty much getting to be over with.
Soliman thrilled the crowd by getting in one little left hand on Wright, but most of his wild punches are blocked or just miss.
Well, he landed quite a few, and Winky was stable and calm, but he couldn't quite figure out the rhythm.
Put the left hand behind the jab more now. That way he won't be able to come in so close. Tag him with the left hand more this round. And then bring that hook up inside.
You're doing beautifully with it, okay? Doing very, very well. 3 deep breaths, suck it in. Yep. Suck it in. Okay, now you remember what I said about the left? You're ducking your head into his left hand. Keep getting your head outside to your left side. Don't duck your head back in on the wrong side. He's tapping you with that little left hand of his. It's not working very well. I only got you with it once or twice, but I don't want him to get you with it. Keep working on the combination work. The uppercuts are working well. So really good stuff, mate. Really good stuff.
Well, Soliman's trainer Dave Hedgecock talks fast. I hope Smiling Sam can listen that fast. CompuBox numbers in round 1, Wright 15 out of 47. Soliman threw 96 punches, more than twice as many as Wright. Landed about the same number, 16. Now Wright turns to the referee and says he's cuffing me.
Come on.
Referee's the Richard Flaherty out of Massachusetts. left hand after Soliman fired about 11 punches to various sides and parts of Wright's anatomy. Now Winky with another straight left hand.
You know, I never saw even any tapes or anything of Soliman until tonight. Unfortunately, even prior to studying for this show. But from what I can see, I would never have guessed that he had over 5 fights. Total, amateur or professional, the way that he's fighting.
He's won 19 straight. You're the man who trained Prince Nassim at the height of his career, Manuel. Would you call this bad Naz?
No, Naz could punch, though. He could, yeah, that's one thing about it. And he didn't throw this many punches. He had an unusual style, but he didn't just throw punches the way this guy's throwing them.
Well, this guy's supposed to be in phenomenal shape.
He'd better be.
And he'd better be.
And Winky busts him with a right hook inside. You heard trainer Dan Birmingham asking for a right hook. Winky landed it flush.
But he's landing more punches, Soliman. As far as I can see, it may not look great. He fights, you know, sort of like a spastic crow, just all over the place.
Yeah, but nobody can throw punches with those arm punches the way he's throwing them and all off balance. He's going to wire himself out. Just Winky's right jab, if nothing else.
Right guy, let him out.
Right, top right, left
yes.
hand. We always talk about guys fighting in a phone booth. Winky must feel like he's fighting in a blender right now, but he's avoiding most of the blades. Good body shot by Wright with the right hand.
You know,
Soliman has dropped his hands completely.
all Winky has to do is just to come up and just walk him down and don't throw anything for about 2 more rounds, and then he'll fall out on his own just about.
Knockouts are a matter of pure opportunity for Winky Wright. This may be one of those nights.
Yep. The guy's going to knock his own self out, really.
Soliman lands an uppercut, gets in another one. Wright rips him with a straight left hand. Soliman waving his arms in futility as Wright bashes him with another straight left.
That punch missed.
Let him go. All right, don't hit.
I thought Soliman won the round. Whatever happens in round 3 or 4.
Let's take a look at Dare to Dream coming up tomorrow night.
This is a revolution. You guys are making a difference, and we're like, really?
It's over. The United States has won the first ever gold medal in women's soccer.
What an amazing accomplishment. It was a moment you just didn't want it to end. You just wanted to stay on that field forever. I love these guys. They've pulled me through some of my darkest days. Incredible teammates, but even more proud to call them my friends.
HBO Sports presents Dare to Dream, the story of the U.S. women's soccer team. Premiere Sunday, December 11th.
CompuBox numbers in round 2. Winky Wright, 18 out of 27 power shots, 23 out of 41 overall. Soliman, 18 of 121. I disagree with you, Larry. I think Wright landed by far the more significant punches. But either way, we go to round 3. It's the difference in accuracy and impact that ultimately should tell the tale, unless Soliman can keep it up like this forever and land something that Wright doesn't anticipate.
How do you anticipate?
You can't.
With this guy, it's like trying to anticipate, you know, where a fly is going to land on your arm.
That's the worst punch right there. Is going to be the right jab of Winky. The simple and the straightest punch that he can land.
And remember, Winky is a right-hander. He fights from a southpaw stance, but he's right-handed, and his jab can be very, very strong.
Like Oscar De La Hoya, like Michael Moore, like several others we've seen, fighting with his strong hand in front.
Well, also, Marvin Hagler was the same way. That's why Marvin's most dangerous punch often was his right jab.
Uppercut landed inside for Sam Soliman. Wright backs him off with another straight left.
Wright is fighting a perfect fight, too. Putting a lot of pressure, making him throw punches by just moving in forward, covering up, and not trying to meet him punch for punch. Just picking his punches very conservatively.
Probably should be throwing more body punches right now.
To take advantage of his physical strength also.
Yeah, he's just a bigger guy, and keep this guy from running his wind sprints on him.
Larry, our first ringside request question goes to you. Would Winky Wright ever face Floyd Mayweather Jr.? And if so, who would win?
Would he fight him? Why not? If the money was right, and if it was a serious negotiation, which I don't think the last one was, absolutely.
What happened in the last one?
Well, I think that it was just not a serious negotiation. I don't think it was to Mayweather's best advantage, given the opportunities out there to fight a Winky Wright right now.
Let's assume they fought at 154 pounds, 6 pounds below this. Who would win?
I think Wright is too strong, and I don't think that it would do any good for Mayweather to move up there, because all it could do is blunt some of his speed.
I agree. I have a hunch it's a fight we'll never see.
No, I never thought seriously when I heard about the fight. I never even took it serious.
You just saw Sam Soliman almost fall over backward, and then you saw Winky Wright bust him in the chops with a straight left hand. I think the accurate punching of Wright is beginning to take its toll.
Good job. Winky. When you're pushing him off, don't let him set up. Push him and punch. Okay. Push him and punch. Nice job. Good job. Calm. Breathe. Take a couple deep ones. There you go.
A few body shots, nothing major, okay? Doing very, very well, mate. You're pointing him, easy. Keep it nice and plain, keep it simple, keep your hands up, keep moving the way you're doing, keep that volume of punches going, because you're doing really, really well.
Here's proof, evidence that even Soliman doesn't know where he's going. He trips over his own feet.
But you heard his trainer Dave Hedgecock say you're outpointing him easily.
You know, it's like if a 12-round fight is a mile race, it's like he's fighting it at a quarter miler pace. So can he keep that up?
Hey, Harold, Dave Hedgecock says that his fighter Sam Soliman's outpointing Wright easily.
Well, he must like activity, Jim. I gotta tell you, I got 2 rounds to 1, 29-28, Ronald Winky Wright. I gotta tell you something, Jim. I had to give Sam Soliman that second round. I mean, by Letterman count, he threw about 900 punches. I mean, it's just impossible. I never saw a guy work like that. Absolutely amazing. Came out in the third round, showed that great energy. But judging boxing is really, at the end of the round, who hurt the other guy more than the other guy hurt him. 2-1, Winky Wright.
Well, I say this much. He's landed blows more than Trinidad did on Winky Wright. That's
Way more.
Sure. Yes.
But that's because they're coming from odd, unconventional angles. The nature of Wright's defense, and there's a great low blow, incidentally, by Winky Wright that Richard Flaherty had no chance to see. The nature of Wright's defense is that the straight-up conventional fighter who comes straight in has very little chance to land because he has a medieval guard in front of him.
Yeah.
But this is definitely not conventional, and he comes from all angles.
You know, we have seen some fighters over the years who had that arms in front style. All of Customato's fighters, Floyd Patterson, Jose Torres, Mike Tyson, Archie Moore used to fight with his arms in front of him sometime. But all of those fighters could punch. They came in and they could punch. And Winky Wright has a similar style, but he's not a puncher.
And that's very interesting, because usually guys like that just spend a lot of time on defense, they know they're taking a risk of losing a decision if the fight goes to the limit, so they usually are good punchers.
Vicious body shot by Wright with the right hand, straight left hand. He's punishing Soliman for Solomon's indiscretions with the feet and the hands. George Foreman in his second career put up a cage, came forward, pressured the other fighter until he got a chance to punch.
Yeah, George was an exceptional man, physically and mentally.
Watch your head, okay? I've been telling you, watch your head.
But one similarity, I think, between the second George Foreman and Wright is the relaxation level in the ring.
Yes, he was a real hyper-type fighter the first time around. Second time, very relaxed. But the one thing that was consistent, he always could punch. He was always a very strong, determined fighter.
Winky Wright's relaxation is allowing him to get off and land solid shots against Sam Soliman in this round. Suddenly, Wright looks a little like a puncher as he knocks Soliman back with every shot.
Yeah, Winky is doing something you don't normally see him do, which is sometimes to punch with his opponent. Normally, he lets his opponent punch, and then he goes.
Soliman held Winky with the left hand, got in an uppercut with the right. An old Lennox Lewis move. Wright with a body shot and a left hand inside.